What is vocal technique? To me, vocal technique is being able to execute the technical skills required in a song. That's it. If you can sound like the singer's sound that you listen to, you would be someone that is mastered to like an advanced level or something, or is mastering vocal technique. So vocal technique is like, can you sing, and as soon as you sing, someone can go, oh, he sounds like that artist. You should sound like an artist that is already popular. If you don't, you don't have vocal technique developed yet. What is technique in terms of skill? Technique is the elements that I always talk about. Vibrato, pitch accuracy, pronunciation, runs, rhythm like timing, volume, all those kind of skills, falsetto, blending falsetto, range. Those skills are what I call vocal technique. The ability to develop, how do you say? You are learning those skills to an advanced level. The more advanced they get, the more you end up sounding like some other singer. The more someone can say, oh, have you heard Rashed's voice? He sounds like such and such. He sounds like Craig David, Brian McKnight, Boyz II Men, blah, blah, blah. If people say that to you, you sound like those singers, then you've mastered vocal technique. You've mastered those elements, runs, blah, blah. It's not an emotion thing. You can't sound like a singer, like your favorite artist, with emotion. You can't like go, oh, and do faces, and you can't do like body move. That doesn't change what you sound like. The sound is a skill set that's developed, like muscles, okay? You got to develop the muscles through training of the muscles with a particular system. You need a system that trains the muscles. There's a technique to weightlifting, okay? The speed you lift the weights at, the how many reps you do, how much weight you do, and what is your progression in what it's called, like progressive overload. What is the progression in the weights that you're doing? Like, for example, how are you getting better? Are you lifting more weight, or are you doing more reps, for example? Both work. Both increase your muscle size to different degrees in different ways. They have their different benefits, right? So say, for example, you do 10 push-ups for 3 weeks, and then for 1 month, and then the next month you do 15 push-ups, and then the next month, etc. And then you do it and you take a break, and how much rest you take matters as well. All that stuff matters, right? So same with singing, all that stuff matters, but you got to figure out what that stuff is. What is that stuff? Well, that stuff is vibrato, runs, pitch accuracy, how close you can match pitch. Do you stay on key? Are you on time? Can you pronounce words like the singer does? All that stuff, like the singer. Like if you're trying to copy a bodybuilder, you do the exercises like the bodybuilder does. You put your plan like the bodybuilder's plan, how they plan to get stronger and bigger. You got to make a plan how to get your voice stronger and bigger. Now, I say to do it with songs, because the goal is songs. Like the bodybuilder has the goal maybe to get on stage and do a posing routine. If they neglect that posing routine, they can't just get on stage and go, boom. Like they have to practice the posing routine regularly to do it. All right, they can't just do the weights and get the body. The posing routine is part of it. So, same with songs. Like that wasn't really a great analogy, but with songs, you got to practice the songs, right? But it is good actually. But you can't just practice the songs. The song is like the posing routine. It's the thing you do at the end. But if you get on stage and do the posing routine, but you haven't developed any muscles yet, the posing routine won't work. So that's kind of like when singers go through their life just singing songs, and they don't have the natural skill to make the songs get better. So they're just doing the posing routine, but they're never doing the muscle development. And the muscle development is the vocal technique. The vocal technique is working on runs, vibrato, pitch accuracy, timing, etc. But what I say is to work on that stuff in the context of the song. So back to the posing routine. Say you're doing the posing routine, but you're neglecting the fact that at 10 points in the posing routine, you have to do particular poses. All right, you got to do double biceps. You got to do like the rear bicep. I'm just trying to flex in front of you guys. All right, I've been working out, but for real. So them vegan gains. So you got to see, if you're not doing song-based training, it's like you're neglecting the fact that at each point in the posing routine, there's 10 poses you got to work for. Now those poses have exercises that develop those particular things. So when I do song-based, say for example, if you're doing double biceps pose and you haven't developed the biceps, it's going to look like it's flat, right? Like flat biceps. So same, you got to work your singing biceps, but it's like, when does a particular thing occur in a song? So pitch accuracy occurs throughout the entire song. So you have to work on pitch accuracy. But what I don't get about singing teachers is that they don't teach pitch accuracy as it relates to the song. So it's like you go to do the pose, but you haven't learned the pose the way the pose is intended to look like. So you end up going like this. You do double biceps like that because you learn pitch accuracy through scales instead of through the song. When the double biceps really is meant to look like that, like a certain way, right? You ever seen people pose like that? Like they don't know how to like put the shoulders down. There's all these little details that you miss when you don't train with the song. So vocal technique, it's important to train the technique that the song requires. So the technique is this pitch, matching the pitch, right? That's the technical ability you're learning. And then going from one pitch to the next, sliding quickly into the next pitch, or jumping legato or doing staccato, like the different ways to move into pitch, right? That is the technical skill. Now you can do scales to do that, but then when you go to sing the song, you haven't matched the exact intervals on the lyrics that song requires. So your vocal technique is missing some skills because you haven't learnt it for the song that you're trying to learn. Now it's convenient to put out programs that have scales, and it's good because people practice their pitch and stuff when you do scales, but something's missing. You're not doing it song-based, you're missing those little details of each lyric, each word, etc. that happens. Okay? It's very important to get your tech. This is the thing that courses tend to not be able, like non-song based courses and lessons tend to not meet. They don't meet that. They don't give you that technique, that vocal technique ability to match the songs as they are. What is that technique? It's pitch accuracy. I call it pitch accuracy, gradually getting like higher and higher. So if there's a percentage, if you're 50% pitch accuracy, your pitch is okay. If you're, the higher you are, the closer you are to the amazing artists who are like 90 to 100% pitch accuracy. That's the technique that you're trying to learn. Pitch accuracy, sliding from pitch to pitch, etc. Now, if you can't do that, come and get lessons and I'll show you how to do that. rnbsinginglessons.com. And that's what vocal technique is to me. It's it's mastering those skills, runs, vibrato, etc., but learning them in the context of a song, because that's where you're going to apply them. If you remove the song, the application is, I mean, it's a guess. You're likely to have missed some things, missed some pitch accuracy, missed some detail of vibrato, missed the exact melody of the run that you're trying to learn. If you do learn runs doing a scale up and down, or doing pentatonic or major scale or minor scale, or even all the modes, you're still missing something. You're missing the exact melody of the run that occurs in the song. So it's better to practice the song, for no matter the skill that you're trying to learn. It's always better. Sometimes you can take away the song and do a piano, but only I recommend for the tone deaf, and if you're just trying to learn about like a theory, about like a scale or something like that. It's the only time I would use it. All right. I hope that clears what I think vocal technique is, and you got to work on it regularly to sound amazing. Okay, you will sound better using scales and arpeggios because you're doing part of the technique, but it's not enough. Okay, you got to get to the song, and you got to spend a significant. I think you got to spend 90% to 100% of the time on the songs, unless you're a beginner and you're learning the very, very basics of matching pitch, just matching pitch, or finding pitch within your range. So like a range and pitch. Otherwise, there's no need. It's get to the song. Like, it's a song work, and even that stuff, it takes just a couple weeks to figure it out, and then it's done. Just a couple of weeks of help with a teacher, and you figure out pitch, and you figure out your range, and then from then I can do everything else song based. All right, guys, I'm Rashad Hayek, rnbsinginglessons.com for lessons. See you soon.